Let me know what y'all think I should do. Call it, like they say, possession's 9/10 of the law. What you think, A-Pack?
Man, I'll take it.
Man, that's pretty nice. I'm just digging back here to find some washcloth. We were doing some dirt dye removal. And I thought it was like an old receipt or something. I opened it up and I was like, is this even fake? Because I thought they were playing a trick on me. But did you see the thing in it?
Oh, yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it's a real one. So if I hold it up to the sun, I'll see it.
Yeah, the reflection, like it's like a shadow. It only appears under the light. And okay, so we got everyone saying hello. Cognitive distance.
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon.
If you're just joining, I found a $100 bill in my back seat, and nobody knows where it came from. So I guess I'm gonna just pocket the extra cash. Chris did drop some money in my Tesla a couple weeks ago, so maybe he's famous for dropping money. But this dude makes so much money, he don't even know if he's living $100 bills. So lesson learned.
Yep.
You ever lost any money, A-Pack?
Lord knows I have.
What's the biggest amount you've lost? Just kind of see what he's doing over here.
Yeah.
You've lost a lot of money? Or
Nah.
like $20, $30?
Yeah, just like I lost $10 on a scratch off one time.
No, I'm talking about out of your pocket. Like
Oh.
$10 on a scratch off.
I don't really can't remember a time I've lost money like that. Now, one time I lost my entire wallet,
How much money you had in it?
like $20.
So, my biggest story of losing money. I dropped my wallet, had about $1,400 into it in my wallet, got home, fell asleep, woke up about 20 minutes later, remembered, oh, my wallet's in my truck. So I was gonna run outside to grab my wallet. In a panic, I couldn't find the wallet in the truck anywhere. I had a bad habit of sticking it between the seats. You know, like that little, between the armrest and the seat.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started panicking. So $1,400 meant the world to me then. Still does, but back then it was even more. But I went back to the car wash in the middle of the night, no shirt on, barefooted. I just took off and I went. The wallet was laying on the ground, soaking wet.
With all that money in
With
it.
all my money in it.
Damn. Scott Ferguson says, "What's up, guys?"
Hey Scott, how's it going? So Scott, let me show y'all what we're doing. Let's back out over here and show y'all what we're working on. We're working on a it over here.
Okay.
We're working on this multi-million-dollar home. It is enormous. We're gonna walk out to the road a little bit. The house is several stories high. The house is not on a slab per se. The house is actually elevated about 5 feet. Doesn't appear to be that unless you look at the front steps. You can see the front steps. That's leading up to the main floor of the home. Reason being, we just north of Lake Pontchartrain, so every now and then a big hurricane comes through and the lake could tilt this way and slosh up 3 or 4 feet of water. So these homes, everything outside that's important is elevated, such as the HVAC systems, of course the main floor of the house. The garages and stuff that's on ground level, but what this does is a two-story house, plus it has a giant attic, plus it's already off the ground. So you start to getting into that 4-story semi area, you know, like that top window, that's a good 3.5 stories up. And then if you back off from the house a little bit, you know, it gets it to be difficult. So on these houses here, you got to really trying to get behind so they can hear me. So these houses right here, you can tell. Let's go to the front. The biggest problem with these is you get a stubborn wasp nest, a dirt dab way up there in that corner, and it looks good now, but those can be challenging to get. Sometimes you gotta use a shooter tip, get on a step ladder, extension poles, just to get enough PSI up there. Now, in our case, we got these larger machines, so we don't have too much trouble. But when I first started washing this house, I was washing this house with a 4x4, basically 4,000 PSI, 4 gallons a minute, trying to downstream and pump up spray it. So I've been doing it for a long time, but now it makes it so much easier. Let's go walk around in the back and show them that time Straw used to doing. And you can tell them how you were getting it down. Maybe that can help them.
All right. And James Bass says, "What's up, guys?"
What's up, James? So, right here, I was going to show you these gutters. Y'all may have came across this in the past before. These gutters have those little screens in them. And for what it's worth, whether you like them or not, what happens, those pine needles and things and little sticks get caught in those screens and they poke up. To me, it makes it a little more difficult. I'd rather it just be an open gutter that we can get on one end and flush them out. But all those little pine needles stuck in it, you basically got to either try to blow each one of them out, like with a shooter tip or something, or like Apex and show them your stick.
Yeah, if you want to take the camera, I can show them how it's done.
So we can kind of show you how he was doing it, and it did work out pretty good.
So take a long pole like this, and make sure your rag is tied around the end. Let's redo our knot here, make sure that's nice and tight so it doesn't move off the pole. So once you're nice and tight, you can
you don't want to drop the rag up there.
yeah. You can then take this big long aluminum pole, and let's say you have a pine needle, about half of it is sticking off the edge of the gutter.
Right.
You can then take and go above it and then pull down on it, and just like that.
And it plucks it out. It's
plucks
kind
it
of
right on.
painstakingly slow. I was thinking about something like a toilet bowl brush, which I have on another pole for scrubbing down dirt dabbers. I was thinking maybe that would grab them. If y'all have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. That's always painful to have to go around and pluck all of these out. And this customer expects it to look good, so we definitely have to get as many out as we possibly can. These valleys are another issue too, It's so high up there, and then, you almost got to have a pole to grab and pull that down. May have a question or two on there.
So, Cognitive Dissident says, hoping for a double win this week, and if stimulus checks go out, and if I get this pizza store job I bid on, I can go buy a 4-gallon per minute machine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And guys, look, if you happen to get a stimulus check, take that money and do something long-term with it. Like maybe buy a piece of equipment, invest in some training for yourself, fix some equipment. If you got some automobile repairs to make, go ahead and do that. That way you can look back a year from now and say, hey, I took this stimulus check money, whether it be, a couple grand, whatever they sending out, $1,400, and now I've turned this money into a tool to go make me tens of thousands. And I think it would be easy to go blow it on some new shoes and like Apex, some alligator boots. Are you gonna get one Apex, a stimulus check, or?
I hope so.
What you gonna do with it?
I'll probably invest in some equipment. And
get a softball skid or something? A new service cleaner maybe?
hey, sky's the limit.
For sure.
And I got a few comments here. Rick Martin says, hey, what's up? Finally got you of life, or usually miss you.
Oh, yeah, finally. Yeah, he always misses our live. Good to have you on here, Mr. Rick Martin. I seen that comment a couple times that he missed the live, but he went back and watched the replay of it.
And Steady Flow Power Wash LLC says, can I hold $1?
All right, now, come on. This is what I found. How many we got on here?
We've got 14 people watching with 6 likes.
14 people. So this is, again, what I found in the back seat of the truck. No one is missing a $100 bill, so I don't know. Apex says it's real. You can see the strip in it. So they say possession is 9/10 of the law. So it was in my truck, my back seat. I thought it was an old receipt, so I thought it was like an old Lowe's receipt or something.
Yeah.
So I want to show them something on this house here. You all may run into this at some point. You can let me know in the comments. This is a red brick home, and it's got this sand finish on it. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but this stuff, if you use any type of pressure on it, you're not going to remove oxidation as much, but you can definitely remove that sand finish. Let's go back in that corner a little bit in the shade. See, this is all red brick under here, and then this is put on top of it. If you came in here with any amount of pressure, you could just scar this up in a hurry. So these houses are soft wash only, and we have a tremendous amount of landscaping, so we're being careful with our sodium hypochlorite too. So these houses are a bit challenging. What's really challenging about them is you get a dirt dive nest up high, and it needs a little PSI to get it off, but you absolutely don't want to remove a baseball chunk of the siding, you know, this sand finish they put on. That would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to take those little nests and disturb them with a stick versus using our pressure washers.
Yep. And Cognitive Dissident says, if I get this one pizza store, and wow, the guy will probably get to do the whole franchise, money.
Yes, yeah, I talked to him about that already. Keep your fingers crossed, man. It may happen. You never know.
And James Bass says, you boys are cleaning the Taj Mahal in India today, aren't you?
Oh, man, yeah, this is a beautiful home. You hadn't seen nothing yet. We're going to take you for a real quick walk around the back, and then we're going to let y'all go. Just to kind of show you what we're up to over here. Let's go around this side.
David Foundrin says, finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
There you go. Big Chris is in the house.
Got 19 people in the stream. Got
We
10,
appreciate you all.
20. Yeah, going
20
up.
people. Guys, if you're interested in any of our training, they have a promotional code on some of our power washing courses at BillyDavidsonVIP.com. The promotional code is Billy25, BILLY25. Saves you like 25%. So it's a good little significant amount if you've been waiting to get something off of there. So let's go on through here.
All right.
So we're just standing right here. This is kind of what we up to. We got outdoor recreational area, pool. I love the landscaping, this walking path. It's beautiful. The garage is here in the back. Plus the garage has a massive driveway to it. It's probably, I don't know, 14,000 square feet just for his driveway. So we're going to be going through everything on this house with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, literally hand wiping doorknobs, all the outside living furniture, everything's hand wiped. The cushions are cleaned. So we'll be out here a few days for sure. Come on back to my gate. So yeah, that's just a quick tour what we working with here, guys, and we're going to be doing some other videos on this as we go along throughout the week, and kind of bringing some of that to the YouTube channel. That'll be just regular uploads. I don't necessarily think it'll be a live broadcast, but this driveway is another thing. I'm gonna kind of next few days we're going to be doing this driveway. We're going to soft wash this driveway in a manner. We're going to pre-treat it, but we can't obviously pre-treat it with a 5 or 6% because you see what's all around here. And I don't want to take that risk of even pre-wetting. Some of these plants were just put in the ground a couple weeks ago, and so their root system's really fragile, and I don't want to dose them with a SH solution. So we're going to put about a 1 or 2% on here max, and then we're going to soft wash it with a surface cleaner, basically by changing out the tips and changing the settings on the power washer. So yeah, so y'all please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way, when we do that upload for soft washing this concrete with a surface cleaner, you'll see the video. And the reason being, this concrete's never took a beating from any pressure washer. So it's many years old, like 10, 11 years old, but it's still in really good shape. It hadn't been pressure washed or surface cleaned really hard because we've been doing it. So, no, you know, if you come in here with a little 19-inch running 4,000 psi and walking too slow, you're gonna definitely remove that cream top layer and then start to have that exposed rock. So again, you know, it's an older driveway, but once we finish with it, it'll look new again. And then we may do some joint filling in here. I see some of his redwood starting to degrade a little bit. If y'all ever interested in learning how to do that, we're going to be bringing some of that to another channel. So we'll be announcing some of that that new work that we'll be doing in joint sealing, crack filling, that sort of thing, pothole repairs, to another channel we're developing now. So y'all just hang in for that. Next couple of weeks we'll be announcing that. So all it is, if you've ever did a driveway where the wood is pulling up, you can make a lot of money by going back and putting down new wood or sealing it up with a sealant. It's phenomenal. It's really good for storefronts. Storefronts has been a big business for us. We do a lot of Wendy's restaurants that we go in, all the saw cuts and the concrete, all the joints. They have a different type of joint system where it's not redwood. Obviously, it's another type of system they use. We go in and seal that about every 5 years and make a lot of money per store. This is a fountain here, beautiful fountain. It's got an auto fill on it, so that's why you got a little faucet there. It's a great faucet to tap into because it comes right off the main. It's feeding our buffer tank. It's a beautiful fountain. It's almost like a little mini swimming pool. I think Apex is going to jump in it later if it gets any warmer. So I'm going to hand the phone back to Apex here and see if we got, I can't see the screen, if we got anything. We got 20.
We got a few comments.
Yep.
Carlos Haven Rosas says, y'all ever do kitchen exhaust restaurant cleaning?
I did a long time ago. I thought about getting another crew together and doing some more because I get a lot of calls for it. That may be something y'all can see in the future for sure.
And Big Head says, Billy, you're the man, dude, and an inspiration.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
And Have Faith says, where can I find some vertical tanks to replace the IBC tote?
What kind of tank?
Vertical tanks.
You know about that.
Yeah. So,
what's it called?
You can look on their website. It's called Tamco. They sell all kinds of tanks and totes. And
spell it. Is it TAMCO?
yes, it's TAMCO. And let's say you want to get a 50-gallon vertical tank, opening on the top. It's going to run you roughly $200 to $300. Just
they're
depends.
expensive compared
Yeah.
to a regular tote.
And shipping, they'll get you on the shipping,
Oh, really?
but it's worth it. So
Yeah, definitely.
let's see what else we got here. Washing girl. Okay.
All right, that pressure washing girl.
We are washing tomorrow.
Oh, Mrs. Williams, good to hear that. Yeah, they probably about y'all warming up now, I'm sure. Huh? We're gonna have her and Mike down probably at sometimes in the next with a bunch of other people from YouTube. We're gonna try to get a select dozen or so people and have them come down and spend a day with us. And if they can make it, I think we'll vacuum too. Also, gas station bathrooms right now is a good niche to get into. It's something different. Reason being, the gas stations are having a tremendous amount of problems hiring attendants and people to run the store. So if they have two on staff, they need to be running a register and, you know, doing the transactions for the store. So the bathrooms get neglected. The bathroom duties have took a back seat to some of the attendants that run the cash register and stuff. Usually they would have those duties that would rotate about every hour and a half. The bathrooms would be cleaned and checked and refurbish hand soaps, tissues, that sort of thing. So some of these big gas stations are going a bit neglected. So us and a couple other select companies, we developing some contracts to go in and clean these gas station bathrooms. Now, for sure, it's not my specific cup of tea to go do that, but with the right gear, you go in, they all got drains in them, a little hot water unit that's mounted on a truck, low pressure, all you need is about 30 or 40 psi of hot water, disinfected. So also that may be going to the second channel that we're developing, so we're going to be talking about that second channel and some of that other stuff about gas station bathroom sanitizations here in the next couple months. So I'm real excited about that. So there's a lot of upsides to getting into those gas stations. Obviously, if they serve food there, you can clean the dumpster pads like all day long. That's a big thing for gas stations. And then storefronts, window cleanings, stuff like that. There's a lot of money to be made. People don't realize that the gas stations is multi-billion dollars in industry throughout the United States. There's no telling how much. It might be $200 billion industry. It could be more. But it's a huge industry, and there's a lot of money to be made in cleaning them and sanitization and keeping them up to code with the parking lot striping. Gas stations got to be striped every 3 or 4 months. So, because especially the 24 hours, because they're so active. And then they're always inspected by the oil companies. That means they always be inspected by a fire marshal. Is always at a gas station for obvious reasons. Fire marshals are responsible for keeping the building safe for occupancies and the parking lot, the ADA marking. So we're going to be talking about that here too in the next couple months. More and more, we're going to be doing some gas stations. We do cover all that in the All Pro Striping course at Apex. So I urge Apex to take the All Pro Striping course at some point in the very near future.
Yes.
So you actually was part of filming it. You should know all this.
Yep. And that pressure wash girl says we will move everything in our schedule to come down there.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, definitely. We're gonna try to figure out a date. I got your number, Courtney, and so we'll figure out a date here in the next few weeks and see if we can make this happen. So guys, we're gonna wrap off out of here. Chris probably needs a break, and we might go grab us a drink too. But again, y'all please like, subscribe, comment. Check out Apex Pressure Wash on his channel. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers ASAP. So if y'all haven't, reason being, he wants to do a lot of live on an hour job, maybe with a GoPro strapped to him or something. I think this would be phenomenal. But he can't go live until he gets to 1,000 subscribers. So for whatever reason, it's YouTube's world. So they make the rules, we abide by them. But yeah, so if you can go hit that subscribe button, Apex Pressure Wash, and he would greatly appreciate it. And that would give y'all a better chance of seeing some really raw behind the scenes footage of all three of us working. And he can manage that camera system and that GoPro. And I think it's going to be phenomenal. Just waiting on 1,000 subscribers at this point.
I'd love to do that. So thank y'all so much for watching. And that about wraps it up.
Yep. All right, guys. We see y'all. Y'all be good.